Warning, if you are watching this video may upset you by the fact that I have destroyed a coveted blaster by a couple people. So, this is the first time I'm making this publicly known. This project is not done by any means. It is not completed. I'm still working on it. This blaster right here represents already about 300-400 hours of working meticulously just to get to this point, and I'm still not even done. And also shows my sheer insanity for some of the things I'm willing to do for my own personal amusement. So, first things first, not one, not two, not three, but in fact 4 recons have given their lives to build this blaster. You'll notice a 6-round magazine. There's actually 2 of them. There's one over here. This is an old cell phone case. This is going to have a purpose. This part is right here. It's going to have a, sorry if that's this is all out of focus. This part right here is going to have a purpose soon enough. I'll explain later when I'm done with this. This is not completed. This all needs to be flushed. But this, I'm going to flip over the other side. There we go. I'm doing this all one-handed because I only have 2 hands and 1 phone. And no tripod yet. I'm working on it. Here's this. There's a reason why this is here. This is actually a magnetic key box. That will be explained one day. Here's the other magazine. Have not finished the trigger yet. The internal workings do work. Just need to figure out how I'm going to do the trigger. Has not been finalized yet. So, let's go, before we crack this thing open and show you what's going to irritate a lot of you, let's go over what's here. So, 4 recons, because there are 3 slides here, and 1 cut up here. 2 magazines. I'm using the camera to view what's going on instead of looking over the camera, so you are as in focus as I can. But I digress. A modulus, it's the one that regulator, I think, the one that had the multiple select fire kit built into it. Stock attachment, it was just way too short, uncomfortable as was, because I just couldn't use it, so I just chopped it up and thrown it in here, and there's actually another piece hidden under here. I'll show that in a little bit. This hole was filled in with CD case plastic and super glue and baking soda, and that came out quite lovely. You can actually, if you run your finger over it, unless you see it, you won't be able to tell. Unfortunately, there are a boatload of screws because that's just how this turned out, but oh well. More CD case plastic here, some epoxy putty to fill in major holes that I just couldn't figure out how to do with. Long shot front gun. Now that, you might say, might be annoying, but that's not actually what will annoy a lot of you. I'm going to kneel because I've been working all day. You'll notice the pump. It is air pressured. This is an air-powered blaster. I'm not even going to tell you where that came from because that's just going to royally tick off a lot of you. However, let's get into the internals. Oh, and a Walmart gift card. Pooh. Let's, and a broken phone case. I don't know if I said that already, but just in case you were wondering, broken phone case. And here's the stand, and I plan on putting something in there. I'll explain later when it's completed. More epoxy putty work down here. I have a lot of gaps to fill. This is ammo storage, so these are going to be open. So no, they were not wasted mags. They're not just there to fill the shell. They will actually have a purpose. Will be explained. So, whoop. This is the business end aside. My apologies. Flip that over. Turn it around. There we go. There we go. Get back in there. Use it. Yeah, bike pump. Takes 2 pumps to pressurize the Panther tank. That's the one that'll royally take all of you off. Yeah, I used a Busby Panther. The tank isn't I mean, everyone's like, oh, just use it. If any of you go to say, oh, use a Busby Blazooka tank or something, I cannot find one, and I don't even know if it'll fit in here. And if it does, too late now, because I have other things I'm going to swap that out for eventually. LEDs, not put in place yet. You'll notice these over here. I'm not talking about what that is yet. That's a surprise. This is a pretty interesting blaster, in my opinion. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. So, alright, now let's get into the real reason why a lot of you are going to hate me. I have a Mag Strike, and I love it. There was another air pump to pressurize air bladder blaster. The one with the rotating cylinder. The one that had single fire or full auto. Don't remember the name of it. It was Hasbro. It was black, yellow, and a bit of gray. It was a funky blaster. I liked the look of it, but it just didn't work. So I took it apart to figure out what was wrong with it. Wound up realizing there's no fixing it. And I decided to immortalize a part of it. This right now is being called Project Saitama because it's one shot. One shot. Everyone's like, oh, hi, before you ask, why didn't you just make it a brick? Nope. I'm too lazy for that. And you can see it is technically a bullpup because all the action happens below the trigger. It is a full... Let's see if I can get this. It is a full foot of brass tubing. Yep. And that, actually getting this all lined up was harder than expected. Here's the other part of the original pump for the one blaster that sacrificed, that died and was given a new life. And of course now it does not want to sit in there properly. Come on, get in there. Get in there. This is not a quick and easy blaster to play with. It is a 2-pump, load the breech, fire blaster, making it, yeah, sure, kind of quick. But, yeah. I'm going to have a plan of drilling, putting in half darts in one side and full lengths on the other side, so I can decide between the two at the moment. That is the reason why there's 2 mags instead of... We'll get into that later. This jam door for the Recon up here is still going to be there. I have an idea for what I could put underneath there just for pure aesthetic purposes. And this one up here is going to actually be glued off on this side over here. Simply because there's no real need to access the breech from inside. And this one down here actually is for the lights. So I thought that was rather clever. This, like I said, is a surprise. And this have everything to do with each other and is a surprise. So yeah, whenever this is finally completed, I don't know, months from now, I don't know how long it's going to take me. I got a new job and I've been busy, so we'll find out one day. I'm going to complete this thing before I die. I promise you that. But till then, I have no idea. This is a bike pump I got from Walmart. It originally had all kinds of other goofy stuff going on up here. The captain uses his on ire, and I just didn't like it. It kept getting in the way, knocking on things. It did fit technically, but it kept knocking on things, and then I realized, oh yeah, I could just break it off, and then shove the rod into here and just call it a day. Yes, this is Z-tape, so yes, there's probably a much better way to do it, but I wanted to keep this piece from being permanently dead. I like the blaster, but it didn't work, so I cut it up. This down here, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to fill in all the holes except for focus here. Except for this one. This one I'm going to leave open purely because I think it'd be funny to just stick a flashlight in there. I actually have one that'll fit. So I'm going to stick a flashlight in there. Or I could even carry a screwdriver. Obviously not like that. I could just drill a hole and I could just drop my screwdriver right in there. And that way if I need to service it. There are an absolute ridiculous amount of screws for this thing. But what are you going to say? This is my first complete scratch build. I'm not going to call this an integration because I'm not taking 2 blasters and putting them together, or even 3. I'm literally just using the dead blasters. Recons, I find them all the time. I mean, basically at this point, whenever I see recons, I grab them purely just so I can do this kind of stuff to them and not even bother. So, yeah. I got quite a bit of work to do on this. I'm actually going to get it functional before I get the this part done. I'm going to get it fully functionally done, like a trigger, and get this piece up here worked out because I don't like this free spinning. I'm thinking about taking one of these and just lobbing it off flush. And then I'm probably going to finish up hiding all these holes, like this one here and that one here. Oh, this is from a busted window screen. There you go. And some random squirt gun that I bought, and it didn't do what I wanted, so I killed it because death. So, alright, I'll make and a Schrader valve and some fish tank tubing, because why not? And here's some more of the recon. Come on, guys, this is literally just pieces as I have them to fill the holes that I need to fill. Not much more I can say or do about it. Alright, guys, I'm going to get off here, and I'll probably shoot another video describing why all of a sudden I just kind of disappeared for a while. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.